day, my fellow countrymen. Here I come again. This time, a very negative development across our tertiary institution. So many deaths that don't supposed to take place, we are just observing them. Presently, ASU is on strike because the promises made by the government is yet to be fulfilled. It's even like a blessing in disguise, somehow, because if there's going to be another meeting between the government and ASU representatives, I think there is need for the government to stand on a ground that every university health sector must be fixed in order. It's not just mere promise. Government representatives should take it as a responsibility going around all our tertiary institutions to make sure that the clinics are functioning, the doctors are on ground, the ambulances are functioning, fuel is available in case of emergency. Because if I want to talk of series of deaths that has emanated as a result of negligence, laxity from the authority and school authorities, it is disturbing. The one that caught my attention this morning is the death of a young lady in Unizik University by name Ajana Chioma Isabella, a promising law student at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, has tragically died after allegedly being denied access to her insulin by the management of Elmada Hostel, where she resided. The incident has sparked widespread outrage, with many calling for justice and accountability. Just to mention a few more unfortunate deaths: Vector, Evangel University, Ebonyi, who died on the 17th of March 2025. A final year student involved in an accident rushed to the Federal Teaching Hospital in Abakaliki. According to the fellow students, hospital staff delayed attending to him. Even after peers performed CPR and revived him, he later succumbed to injuries. This is another one, September 2024. The name of the student, Precious Joshua, University of Abuja, a 100-level student who died after being denied emergency treatment at the university clinic. Allegedly, the National Health Insurance Policy wasn't effectively implemented, delaying her access to care, which her peers and staff blame for her death. Last but not the least, here is another name of Yusuf Abidoye of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, who died on May 2024. A final year pharmacy student who died from abdominal pain during a strike by health workers. His friends stated that the lack of available medical staff due to the Jehesu strike contributed to Yusuf's death. All this list of students that died because of poor attention, poor health care, nonchalant attitude of our university clinics is unbecoming. We may not pay attention to this, because when a child leaves the parents' house and proceeds to study for his better future, and he has paid the school fees, the responsibility of the school to make sure that such person is taken care of at a certain level before the parents will come over to take the responsibility from them. But what we see is this kind of a don't care attitude. Just like somebody see an accident victim on the road, he has a good heart, he wants to take the person to the hospital. The way our hospital behave, the nurses, the doctors, they will first of all be asking for money. When you see somebody struggling with his life, there are a lot of things that the government should look into. A lot of things are going wrong. You take a victim of accident to the hospital, for attention, they will be asking for money. You even, sometimes they will tell you, go to the police, go and get a police report. By the time you take the person to and fro the hospital, back to the hospital, the person has passed on. I do not know if our leaders really love their citizens. If we have a government, leaders that cares for their citizens, certain things we see as what I would call a norm shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Look at the way students are just dying because of nonchalant attitude of either the staff of the clinic, or doctor wasn't available when they rushed the person there, or the ambulance is not functioning, or there's no fuel available to drive the ambulance to the next hospital. And these are people collecting so much to run the school from the government. ASU in particular, they are not only asking for their salary, but they are asking for money to run the school. And eventually this money is given to them. What happened to the clinics under their nose? I think, like I said earlier on, this strike, in a way, I'm not saying that I support strike, but it's like a blessing in disguise, because if they are to meet with the government again to negotiate, I pray the government this time will raise up the issue of their healthcare, their clinics, because it looks like it's just healthcare by name, but nothing is happening there. Most of the health clinic in our tertiary institution is just like what they call dispensary. It is not good. These are people whose dream ambition has been cut short by the nonchalance of just a fellow man. It shouldn't be allowed to continue. There are so many deaths in the school these days. People that are not supposed to die, people that will have been revived, even if they are in crisis, they don't have that desired assistance when it matters most. And we have people who parade themselves as nurses, doctors. When it is time to collect salary, they are available. But when it is time to be on their duty post, they are not there. I've been seeing series of posts, either that the vehicle is not, does not have fuel, or the ambulance is not working, or doctor is not on duty, or one bureaucracy to another bureaucracy, they cannot have access to their drug. What kind of organization is this? If the system is working, everybody, every department must be up and doing. There are a lot of problems in this country. I don't want to go to the side of insecurity. I don't want to go to the side of impunity. I'm going to talk about those ones in the near future. Impunity by the government officials, the police, the military men. I'll talk about that. There's so much impunity. People don't seem to represent what they apply for. You see people writing for, applying for a job. I beg to apply. I will sign with utmost good faith. But at the end of the day, that's not what you see when they eventually get that job. They become nonchalant. They become arrogant. They become rude to their customers. You know, I really don't know what's going on in this country. Sometimes the temptation to leave this country is so high, but when I look back, I said no. I don't want to live a second-class life because I'm running away from Nigeria. There's nothing like home. If they like your VDM, if we have like 12 of him in this country, I think Nigerian problem will be over. If one man can be doing this much, just him, let's assume we have like 12 of him, our government will sit up. Because every move he makes, where there is this kind of lapses, you see them coming to do something about it. Just one man. But I know the good God will raise others who will be like him to join him in the fight, including me. Because I'm not enjoying this country that I grew up as a kid. During our time when we were young, things were much more easier. Life was easy. Life was sweet. Sometimes I just look at the generation of today. I look into their future, begin to wonder, how would these people cope with this kind of things surrounding them? It bothers me. So, enough of this reckless or sudden death of our dear children in the hands of people who are not ready to serve. If you are not ready to serve, why don't you put up a letter of resignation and leave? Let those who are hungry, genuinely hungry to serve the nation, to take that spot, come in. That's why sometimes when the doctors are going on strike, the nurses are going on strike, I like one approach. I don't know, is it during Jonathan time or Buhari? I can't remember. When they went on strike, the government brought a kind of arrangement where they employ new people to come in. And then when they notice people are coming in, they have to make a U-turn. I think it's time the government will take that kind of position. If you notice somebody is not ready, bring in somebody else. We can't be gambling with life. Life has no duplicates. The way and manner the people in the hospital behave, it's like there's a duplication of life somewhere. It got to a point, I'm going to say this at this point. It got to a point that I called my children that none of you, especially the girls, will marry anybody from the hospital, be it a doctor or a nurse. You know why? You may be wondering, what kind of decision is that? When my first son, whom I lost in the cold hand of cancer, was rushed to one of the hospitals somewhere in Idi-Araba, a federal government hospital in Idi-Araba. I don't want to mention the name, but I know most of you know what I'm talking about. He was in crisis. We rushed in there and we were pleading, even if he's on the ground, to admit him so they can attend to him. The manner of which the doctors, the nurses responded as if it's not a human being like them. There's no space. We cannot take him. Right there in front of them, that young man died. I looked at them and I was okay, no problem. So the remaining one I have, none of you will come to me and say you want to marry a doctor. You see them out there, they look good, but in their office, they are like demons. Not all of them. There are some few ones that have the heart of God, but majority of them are something else. The way they treat people in crisis, the way they attend to them, it's like they want the man to die or the woman to die. There's no human feeling in them. And maybe that's what is happening in the tertiary clinic. The government should step into that area and see how they can sanitize there, because the place is rotten. Keeping silent like our fathers led to so many things that's happening today. If everybody is speaking out against the ills of the society, things will start changing, things will start getting better. I have joined the race. We'll be talking. By fire, by force, they will hear us. This thing can no longer continue. We cannot accept it again. I have said it. Let he who has ears, let him hear.